Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. My name is Hector. Uh, so this video probably is going to go to my Facebook Facebook page, I guess. Um, I've been lacking the motivation to post new things on my page, and I was planning on following up my sort of like old videos that I made about basic English with something a little bit different, which is going to be this. So, what I want to talk about today is the concept of native speakerism. And I've been kind of mustering up the courage, or I don't know, the motivation, if you will, to post a video because still I have a lot to read about this issue, native speakerism. For the ones who don't know it, it it's a general concept that goes around certain um, colonial and dominant aspects of what it means to be a native speaker in the context of teaching. Certain more refined definitions, and please, people who know, just feel free to correct whatever I say because I don't have any notes at hand. This is going to be just some sort of a rant because basically I was able to gather all the motivation I needed uh, out of an interview I had some 20 minutes ago with an Asian recruiter. So in this case, I just want to give you uh, sort of like the practical reality that is realized through this native speakers concept. Basically, what happens when you think about um, native speakerism, uh, what you do is you attach sort of inherent superiority to somebody who is a native speaker over somebody who is a non-native speaker. Um, when it mentions superiority, I mean the fact that native speaker is inherently a better teacher than a non-native for reasons that I don't really know because there's not really scientific grounds for that, you know? Actually, there's research that justifies and proves the different good aspects of natives and non-natives. Um, Two concepts broadly broadly debated debated by different scholars again. Um, Nowadays we are shifting towards a different term which is called proficient language speaker, regardless of whether you're a native speaker or non-native speaker. And there are a million reasons why we're shifting away from this kind of concepts that I'd like to leave for another time. So let me tell you this. Let me give you this particular example that comes from what just happened to me. Um, so yesterday I had an interview with this guy from um, this school in Asia. I'm not gonna say which country, just because if they happen to watch the video, I mean, I will. I'll just keep it on the QT for now. Um, so basically what happened, I mean, he basically said, yes, you're good, all right. And I had a second interview today. So I have this interview with this lady who I'm not sure whether she understood everything I said. I think I did. I think she did, but still. Anyways, um, what happened is I, I I don't remember if it was the first question or the second question, right? Regarding qualifications. So, are you um, are you a native speaker of the language? I'm like, no. Uh, you know, I say that she says, if I understand correctly, you speak Spanish, and he say yes, first language, Spanish. Well, and then she tells me how it works in this country and this and that. And yeah, let me tell you, it was pretty frustrating for many reasons. First, because I don't know how much I believe in this dichotomy, right? Which is pretty much what is driving the world, with exceptions. There are many countries which I believe have gone beyond this dichotomy. Um, but yeah, so we talked about that. Yeah, I'm not, and I just happen to have a particular, in a way, sort of American flavor, in a way, to my pronunciation, which is not, it's neither good or bad. But I tell her, like, I don't know if out of frustration, it was in the heat of the moment. So I said, you know what? If I had an interview with anybody over there, I wonder if they can tell whether I'm a native speaker or not. You know, um, I have had Stephen Krushen in the gym ask me if I was born in in a certain country because of my pronunciation, which again, it's not good or bad. All right, I'm just saying how ironic sometimes life is, right? I don't pride myself in having certain kind of pronunciation. I don't know. It is what it is. I guess I just took to it um, from an early time, and I don't know. I just stuck with it, and I don't know, became part of me in a way. I have no idea. Anyways, regardless of the fact that I have more than 8 years of experience in language teaching. I know I look young, but I'm close to 30. Uh, Regardless of my bachelor's in English teaching, my MA in TESOL that I'm getting in December. I'm graduating in December this year. The fact that my technical knowledge of the language is, I would say, pretty good. Those were not important factors, I guess, in the interview. Um, yeah, I don't, I just want to leave this as an experience that you might or might not relate to. Um, if you find this account interesting, or you want to leave some comments, some feedback, some advice, which will be much appreciated. um, yeah, just feel free to. Um, Again, I just want to tell you about my experience, about the fact that, I hope one day, one day, we will achieve equality, regardless of our citizenship, regardless of our ethnicity, right? But we will be assessed solely on our qualifications, our experience. Um, well, if for one thing, if you want our proficiency, right? That there are certain standards. I think I don't remember if it's C2, C1, right? I'm having a headache. But what I mean is that there are standards, right, for that, and I don't know. Hope at least I don't know, get a laugh out of this at least. So I hope you have a good day, good night, good evening, and peace.